Guess what? Johnny Depp just did something so huge, so surprising, that Hollywood literally stopped and stared. I'm talking about a $175 million choice, so brave thought even people who've known Johnny for years can't figure it out. Yes, that Johnny Depp, the Kumbacaro, the Hollywood rule breaker, the man who never does what everyone else does. And this time's done something so unexpected everyone in the industry is talking, worrying, and honestly, a little afraid. If you've been watching all the drama around Depp, trust me, you're not the only one. Everyone's been watching. Everyone's been guessing. Everyone's been waiting for the next big surprise. And well, here it is. Today, we're jumping into the real story behind this unbelievable choice. A move that could change everything for him, and maybe even change Hollywood itself. And the craziest part? There's a surprise at the end that almost nobody saw coming. Now, before we get to the surprise, let's slow down and break this whole thing apart back. There are layers to this. And every layer makes the story even crazier. First, you may have noticed something a little weird in recent months. Johnny Depp has been quiet. Almost too quiet. Hardly any public drama, hardly any interviews, very few times being seen. Fans thought he was just resting or maybe focusing on his music or taking a well-earned break from Hollywood craziness. But behind the scenes, while Thorold thought he was relaxing, Johnny was planning what insiders are now calling a career earthquake. Seriously, that's the actual phrase someone used. Career earthquake. And here's where the shock begins. According to several industry insiders, Depp said no to a massive $175 million offer. Let that sink in for a second. $175 million. That's the kind of offer most actors would take without thinking twice. That's change your life forever money. That's buy your own island money. And thrilled part. Some people say it was for a huge movie series reunion. Others claim it was a brand new worldwide project. But their shock isn't even the amount. It's the reason he said no. Apparently, Hollywood absolutely did not expect this. Producers couldn't believe it. Executives were confused. Agents were whispering about it in private. One insider even said, "No one says no to a deal like that." But Johnny isn't driven by money anymore. And honestly, anyone who has followed him long enough knows that's true. He's never been the kind of person who chased me. He chases stories. He chases passion. He chases freedom. But this next part, this is where Hollywood nearly fainted. Instead of taking the $175 million, Depp decided to invest heavily into something entirely his own studio, his own team, his own creative freedom. Imagine saying no to almost $200 million just so you can build something yourself, something no studio can control, something no executive can mess with. That's what he did. He wants complete creative control, no more politics, no more restrictions, no more people telling him what he can or cannot make. Total artistic independence. And honestly, that might be the most Johnny Depp move ever. Fans are calling this the comeback move of the century, and it's pretty clear why. Everyone loves an underdog story, and this is Johnny rewriting his entire career. On his terms, he's sending a message. He doesn't need Hollywood. He doesn't need approval. And he definitely doesn't need a studio's permission to create something meaningful. It's bold. It's risky. It's single quotes unpredictable. And again, it's so perfectly Depp. Now, of course, when something this big happens, the internet explodes with rumors. People start saying things like, is Johnny broke? Or did he fight with studios again? Or is he quitting acting? But none of that is true. The actual reason is much simpler. He wants freedom. He wants space. He wants to create without limits. And in a world where every actor seems to be chasing money, Depp is choosing the opposite. And honestly, That says a lot about who is. But here's where the story gets even more interesting. Let's talk about what the experts and insiders are raising. A former producer who worked with Depp said something that really stood out. He said, "Johnny is building something bigger than himself. This movie about money. It's about legacy. That word legacy, it's powerful. It means he's thinking long-term. He's thinking beyond his next film. He's thinking about the impact he wants totally behind." Another Hollywood analyst said something even more surprising. He said, "By rejecting the $175 million offer, Johnny is signaling that he's entering a new era. One where he calls shots." And honestly, that single sentence says everything. Because when you look at Johnny Depp today, it really does feel like he's stepping into a completely new chapter of his life. One that nobody, not even Hollywood insiders, saw coming. And it's not just about the money. It's never been a booth money for him. It's about control. It's about having the freedom to choose what he wants to create. It's about walking away from the old systems that are to define him, limit him, or box him into roles and expectations that never matched who he really is. 4 years studios made decisions for him. They chose the marketing. They showed the image. They pulled the strings. And maybe, after everything he's been through, he finally realized he doesn't doubt that system anything anymore. This new era feels different because Johnny seems different. He's calmer, more focused. It's more intentional. He's not rushing to get back on screen. He's not signing every contract that lands on his desk. He's choosing, carefully, quietly, powerfully. And that's rare in Hollywood, where most people fight desperately just to stay relevant. Johnny's not chasing being relevant. He's controlling his destiny. People around him say he's more creative than ever. He's reading scripts, writing ideas, creating concepts that Heckle didn't make under a traditional studio. He wants to explore darker stories, deeper characters, unique worlds, projects that don't rely on box office pressure or studio approval. And if he builds his own creative space, he can finally bring all those things to life without compromise. Fans see it too. They feel it. They know this isn't just another comeback. This is evolution. This is reinvention. This is Johnny taking everything he's learned, everything he survived, and turning it into something new, something authentic, something he can truly call his own. Hollywood. Analysts are already saying this could be the boldest career shift we've seen from any actor in decades. Because when a man who once ruled the box office decides he no longer needs box office, that's a power move. Ariel 1. And that's why this moment feels historic. This isn't Johnny Depp returning to Hollywood. This is Johnny Depp rewriting the rules of Hollywood entirely. So, what's next for him? That's where things get exciting. Some insiders are teasing a major directing project. Others say he's working on a biopic. Some believe he's finally bringing a personal story to life, one he has wanted to tell for years. And there are even rumors of a major festival comeback, something that could shake the industry all over again. And here's the part fans are buzzing about. There's a rumored interview coming soon where Johnny himself will explain why he made a shocking decision. When that interview drops, it's going to break the internet. People are waiting. Hollywood is waiting. Fans are waiting. Everyone wants to hear the explanation straight from him. Now, let's circle back to the surprise I mentioned earlier. The one that no one expected. Some insiders believe this unthinkable move is actually step one of something bigger, something worldwide. They think Depp is building more than a studio. They think he's building a full creative powerhouse. Imagine him creating films, shows, documentaries, music projects, all under his own full control. No studio influence, no corporate demands, no limits. Just pure creative energy. Hollywood didn't see it coming because Hollywood never believed someone could do it on this scale. And the fact that Johnny is even attempting this has people buzzing. It shows he's not just making a career move, he's making a statement. And that brings us to the big question. What do you think about Johnny saying no to $175 million? Do you think it's genius? Do you think it's risky? Do you think it's inspiring? I love hearing your thoughts because Orion sees this differently, and every opinion adds something new to the conversation. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Johnny's latest move, you'll definitely want to check out the other videos on his comeback and the hidden truths behind Hollywood's biggest stories. There's so much happening behind the scenes. And trust me, the next few months are going to be huge. Before you go, if you want more celebrity breakdowns, more inside stories, and more Hollywood mysteries, make sure you'll like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell so you never miss an update. I appreciate your support, and it helps the channel marathon, you know. Thanks so much for watching, and remember, Johnny Depp's new era isn't just starting, it's about to explode.